These are the kinds of weeks that make you grateful to be a fan of comics and that comics exist. DC delivered comics that I'm going to remember for a while this week. This was a stellar week. Cannot wait to talk about not just Batman, which is what's on the marquee, but Absolute Evil, which turned the tables on the Absolute Universe. This is a great week to be a fan of comics. Here to have the conversation about this week in comics with me are Marco,
Celsius.
Tyler,
Celsius. Oh, what if I just keep saying it and it makes it not cool?
Make it cooler.
We're getting into like Phil bad bit territory though. You know?
What's that? What are you talking?
Huh?
Deep lore? Deep lore?
And I'm Sean. Thank you for being here, whether you are live or in the future. I want to see DC fans standing up in the chat. I want to see those emojis in the chat. How rare is it to get weeks with books this good? I mean, I don't know what my pick is. Well, actually, I do know what my pick of the week is, but it was a struggle because there are some fire comics on the docket. We've got Batman #2, Justice League, the Omega Act Special #1, Absolute Evil #1, which everyone is talking about. Absolute Superman #12, Absolute Green Lantern #7, and the returning Rook Exodus #7. Huge week.
Hell yeah.
People were talking about Absolute Evil like Wednesday at like 9 a.m. I'm like, first of all, good job application. Second of all, don't put it on my feed already. God damn it.
Europe out there, dude.
I got spoiled
Oof.
with something, but I won't say it now because we're not in that segment, but I got spoiled with something and then read the book and realized that what I got spoiled on wasn't what I thought it was.
You swerved
and
yourself.
I was grateful, yeah.
Huh. An anti, like an Omega spoiler.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. That sounds fun, actually.
Yeah, man. Let's do it. Well, first of all, smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy what we do around these parts. If you're hyped for us to talk about this massive DC Comics week, hit the like button. And I also want to get this out there now. Next week, there will be a bit of a scheduling change because of New York Comic Con. We will be there all 4 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which means that we will not be able to do Pals Polls Thursday. So we will do it on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tyler and I will be manning the ship for Pals Polls on DCKO debut week.
Actually, I will be able to make it. Recent development with work, so I will be there.
Thank God I don't have to edit the 2-man slide now. All right, cool. Sick.
Beautiful.
And then Saturday show won't be on Saturday either.
Oh, yeah, we'll figure that out.
Yeah, Saturday's show will not be on Saturday. It will be on Sunday. Just don't know when on Sunday. We'll talk to you guys about that.
Yeah, this Saturday coming up, we're good, though. We'll see you at normal time.
Yep. All right, now let's talk Batman. Batman #2, Matt Fraction, Jorge Jimenez. I was speaking with someone about Jorge Corona the other day.
I thought you just wanted a drink.
I could go for one. Tamuma Ray on the colors, Clayton Cowell on the letters. Last issue ended with Robin in a bit of a jam. The pigs were on him. Excuse me, I shouldn't have said that.
That's fine.
It's rude. And so this issue picks up immediately after that with Robin on the run, gets shot, ends up in the back of the paddy wagon, goes for a rough ride.
What are all these turns of phrases, Sean? Jesus.
You never know what I'm going to say next. And Batman joins in, and things get hectic. And interspersed are bits of their past. This is Tim Drake, by the way. Bits of their past where Tim was learning how to drive. Very beautiful. Tyler, how'd you feel about issue 2?
I love this book.
Yep.
This one was less of a Matt Fraction vehicle for me, and this was more of a Jimenez vehicle for me, if that makes sense. I loved the the slower bits in this with Tim and Bruce talking about it. When Tim will be able to drive the Batmobile, and the whole thing is that he's not ready. He's not ready. He's not ready, and it kind of then reflects in the present day where he maybe isn't ready to step into that role of Batman in a way. It's probably the one Robin who hasn't been Batman in a book that I know of, either a near future or not. And it's a great Tim Drake vehicle. It allows him to kind of showcase who he is, that he's kind of like okay with being on himself by his own and doing his own thing, but calls for Batman's help when needed. And I'd be excited to see where that dynamic goes between the two of them, because Tim has kind of been in a stagnant place for a long time. Even the flashback that Tim has still has Damian in it. Like the one thing that's kind of stopping him. And there's a bit there where like Damian's trying to like antagonize him a bit. I thought that was a great dynamic because Damian is what's stopping Tim's progression, almost like metatextually. So then putting that into text too, I thought that was a great little bit from Fraction. But the Jimenez art is, man, it's so good. He's doing, I don't know how this is the same artist from Chips Run. Like, I know it is the same artist, but the things he's choosing to do here are just different. The Tomo Moret colors are so much flatter. And I love the way Jimenez is colored here. And even the inks are a little flatter. It's really interesting. And the shadows kind of use like a little bit of cross hatching too. Man, I love this book. It's just a lot of fun. And it's like heavy, there's cop on cop violence in this, and a guy gets killed, but it's still kind of lighthearted ish. Like, I don't feel the weight of this book, even though the topic can be weighty. Yeah, easy. Oof, man.
Oh,
no, it's not. It's not.
oh,
No,
okay.
it's close.
Okay.
It was close.
Almost, I saw it. I saw the gears turning there.
Yeah. Not my pick of the week, but it's very close.
To what you said about this feeling like a different artist, I had the same thought. It feels Jorge Jimenez feels focused here. Like there is more. I don't know if there's more direction or more free reign.
Yeah, it's
I
one or
don't
the
know.
other. Yeah.
Like I don't know what it is, but I felt it in. It's a small scene, but there's the moment where like, and I'm gonna pull it up right here. But there's this moment where Tim's like escaping
I
or
have that
trying to
up.
escape, and he's just like arcing in. It follows momentum. I'm like, oh, that's just well done. It was clean. It was simple. Like nothing about this is too like frills. Obviously, the opening title, like as a theme, is coming is so clean. Um, I'm impressed. I think I mentioned on the first issue review haven't necessarily made contact with Matt Fraction's writing all that often, if at all, and so this is both entertaining. It's presenting a lot of like little small problems that the uh that both Robin and Batman have to kind of deal with, like the cops and the abuse therein. Um, I'm enjoying this thoroughly.
I have a question, and it has nothing to do with this comic book. Has anybody figured out what, like, is there a way to know when Marco is going to have physical comics or not? Like, because every now and then he just pulls physical comics out, and I'm like, what the fuck?
I've learned throughout my time on the show is to not try to understand Marco and just deal with it.
It,
Yeah.
it's all dependent on my work schedule. That's all it is.
Okay.
How do you have a shop close to your job?
No, I have to walk to.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to walk.
Is it closer to home?
No,
Damn, what
home.
the fuck? All right, I thought I
I
cracked the code for a second.
I
Damn
have
it.
no access home, like to be able to. Like I could, but it's out of the way.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
to drive there. Like
Yeah.
Sorry. I just had to ask. No, this was fantastic. This, I had trepidation coming into this, and it's really not because of questioning Matt Fraction's ability to write comics. Obviously, he's a very talented writer, but it had been a while since I had read Matt Fraction's work, and I just wasn't sure how committed he was to Batman. 2 issues deep, I can tell that he is very committed to Batman. It's patently obvious that he has thought a lot about these characters and their relationships to each other. It shows. And if you are well read in this universe, you can feel the weight of that or the history behind that. And if you're newer to it, the book tells you what you need to know. Like, I know that Tim and Damien's rivalry goes all the way back, literally 20 years of real time in Grant Morrison's run where Damien first appeared, right? You don't need to know that to enjoy this. But if you do know it, it helps. And I love those kinds of things in comics, of course. The other thing is that Tim is handled very capably here, which I really appreciated as well. When he ends up in that paddy wagon, I'm thinking these dudes are about to have a bad time. Tim's about to beat the shit out of them. And I love that. Because we don't really get to see Tim do his thing. And I feel like everybody thinks of him as the detective Robin, which is fine, but he can also throw down, of course. So it's nice to see that.
That framing to me felt like I thought they were going to gang up on him. So my lack of familiarity with him made it so that that moment made him shine a bit more because he, he got his lumps, but he was able to take them down, handcuffed behind his back. Like in the worst situations with this asshole cop, kind of driving him around, making the rest of these guys go all over the place. So yeah, he to that point of capability, he has proven himself in this very small snippet as worthy of what's going on, especially the moment where he's like, "I want to drive the Batmobile." I was like, "Slow down there, partner. We need you to get this manual truck going first."
I also loved just how, to talk about the coloring again, it's starkly different from issue 1. Like it's like Robin's costume is distinctly different than Batman's now. Batman's has a lot of blue in it now because of the redesign. Robin's is bright red, yellow, and black. It's almost like the opposite end of the spectrum of colors. And the pages show that too. You brought up that page, Marco, where he's fighting in the police car, and all the shadows are in shades of red. Everything's in shades of red. Backgrounds are in shades of red, which is the exact different compared to the Batman issue in issue 1, which is just a great way to distinctly show that Tim Drake is his own man and different from Batman.
And to that point, that's been a visual metaphor for everything. The Batmobile, for example, it's all blue, right? Like they're making these visual distinctions you associate with those respective colors. I think that's incredibly smart for iconography.
But then think about like the other famous Robins, though, like Nightwing. He does have shades of blue because he's more like Batman. And then Damien's Robin costume is almost all grays. It's very similar to Batman's costume at the time. So having Tim's costume be this really bright, flashy, red Robin-esque Robin costume, I think really works.
I think Jimenez is making his claim for the modern Batman artist. 3 different runs, 3 distinct styles, and I somehow believe the best is yet to come.
Yeah, it's funny because he did Tinian's as well, which was a completely different look as well. And I think I think the pencils are all similar in Chip, Tinian's, and this run, but it's all the way it's inked and colored that drastically changes the way the art feels. Like Tinian's run was a lot of digital coloring, a lot of neons, a lot of light, light coming from everywhere, so everything was lit strangely. Chip's was a little more muted, a little darker, but this is kind of classic comic booky, like let's just use a normal color palette and make it flat. It just really works. It's cool to see evolution on the same character.
Yeah.
Over a relatively short time frame, like for this artist.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing with that is, artists don't typically get to have these, like, he's been doing Batman for like 5 years.
Yeah.
So it might even be more than that. It might be 6 years. So artists don't typically get to have these extended periods of time drawing the same character. Ask a writer what happens, or even an actor, what happens when you get to spend a lot of time living with your characters. You understand them better. You know, your last time writing a character is going to be, well, more informed than your first time. It's the same for the artist. So Jimenez finding ways to reinvent himself through this book and do some of his best work now makes a lot of sense, because he's had so many opportunities to figure out what his Batman looks like and how to flip that. It's been cool to watch.
It's a great point.
Uh, I will say that, and not that this is a bad thing in any way, but the stakes behind this issue are pretty low. And the through line here so far is Vandal Savage's police department sucks, in the sense that they're douchebags. But of course, we know that the Gotham City Police Department's never been the shining example of great police work either. So this all feels like an appropriate metaphor for the times we're living in and stuff like that. I like the fact that Matt Fraction isn't discarding what came before with Vandal Savage. You inherited it, you got to use it, and he's using it well, which I like. I think Vandal played like too much in the background in the last volume, whereas now it feels like he's taking center stage more so.
Yeah, I think when you're handed like a situation, you play into it. It feels like Fraction is capable of playing into it, leveraging that to help tell his story. And I feel like in the grand scheme of things, right? Like the to what you're saying, the GCPD has always been antagonistic in one way or another. It's just kind of like certain people who haven't or kind of break that mold. So I feel like you can fall either way with them. Like when I see the GCPD be assholes towards Batman, oh yeah, that's just them. But when they're friendly, oh, that's also just them. Like they're very versatile in that way.
Yeah.
And I like how he's just kind of in the background a bit, but like persistent, at least in these two issues. It feels episodic. Like the story, yes, the stakes are low, but the stakes are high for the story that we're in. It's just a one and done. Like the stakes are high for these two cops that, you know, shot each other. And I like the episodic nature of these two issues so far. I hope it continues, and I can see like maybe doing 4 issues that are episodic, and then with Vandal Savage in the background, they're using the 5th issue to do a Vandal Savage story. Like that, I kind of like as an idea, because then you have a good trade right there. It's working for the trade or working for the issue at the same time. I hope that's the direction they go, but I'm really digging it.
It's very weird because, you know, Matt talked about wanting to make sure that each issue felt accessible, borderline one and done. And it's true and not true. Like the issue certainly doesn't require you to have read the prior one, in the sense that the core elements of the prior issue are discarded here. But there is a through line, and it does also continue directly from where the last one left off. That's very clever. That's very clever. I'm impressed by that. I want to see how he. Sorry.
He's capable.
Yeah, I want to see how he manages that trick 8 issues from now.
I hope
great comic.
Yeah, I hope it's a long run too. I hope that this is what I'm gonna get out of Batman for a good while.
Yeah.
Not Hush Tua whenever we're gonna fucking finish that.
Hey, easy, it's coming.
Right now, there are 3, I would say, stellar Batman comics on the market.
You got this, Dark Patterns, and Absolute.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the other ones, like if we just say Hush 2 doesn't exist, all the other ones are
Solid.
at least good.
Yeah, they're all solid. It's a good time to be a Batman fan right now.
Eating good.
Pull.
Easy pull, almost pick of the week.
There are like 3 or 4 books this week that could be pick of the week for me.
Damn.
Was this one of them?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
I thought this was phenomenal. We always put up a poll so that you guys can get your voices heard. Every book we review, The poll goes up for it. You guys make sure to vote if you're watching us live. 63% of you said poll. 19% said pick of the week. Didn't buy or read is 12%. Pass is 6%. I would say that if this issue came out 2 weeks ago, it's that pick of the week rate is probably double. I didn't say last week because Superman came out last week, and Superman was ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to see you all. I'm happy that we are live with you. It feels good to be hanging out. Let's see what the chat has to say. MP is with us. MP says
Yo.
it's so fun reading a modern Batman comic where the dynamic duo aren't just a father and son duo, but also friends. Friends who can be sarcastic and snarky with each other. I agree.
It was
Yeah.
a good dynamic. It felt very mentory, but where like a Nightwing is very much father son situation, and then the literal father son. Yeah, agreed. This feels like not coworkers necessarily, but you're just like, hey, this is like a really good person that I trust, and that was what this issue was about: trusting that individual.
Well, and think about like the Batman books in the stands right now. You have that flavor everywhere for every Robin at this point. Like this to the Tim Drake one. It looks like Jason Todd's pretty prominent in Hush Tua whenever that one's come out. You have Batman and Robin Year One by Wade and Insomni, which also we didn't mention because that's another one that's fantastic.
That's right. Yeah.
Which is Dick Grayson as Robin, and then Damian as Robin and PKJs, and they all have different dynamics. So it's cool to see this one kind of pick a lane and kind of tell that Tim Drake story.
Yeah, loving it. Let's see. Go ahead.
Can either of you guys drive stick?
No.
I was watching Batman try and teach him, and I'm like, yeah, I don't understand stick at all.
I understand it. I just don't have the practice.
Yeah.
Damon Watson wants to know what's happening with Signal right now. Is there a chance he'll appear in this series? Look,
Who?
what's happening with Duke Thomas right now is what happens to every black character. They get thrown out.
No. We'll see him in February.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. That's when DC decides to pick them up out of the toy box.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, is there a book coming out in February?
Oh, Marco forgot about Black History Month. Jeez, wow.
Stop.
You know that meme of Andy throwing Woody into the
Yeah.
fucking toy chest?
Yeah.
I don't want to play with you anymore. That's DC with every black character after February.
Yeah.
Someone should make that meme. I want that on
I
the
feel like they
Discord.
can only focus on one black character at a time. It's like WWE.
Who is it right now?
It's Mr. Terrific.
Oh yeah.
In the next one we talk about, they have him in a shot that's like, oh, okay, interesting.
Oh man, gotta love it.
And even Jon Stewart's off the table right now too. Jeez.
Oh yeah.
Yep. He's hanging out with Harper Row. Yeah, right. Exactly.
Oh
The-
If you don't know, this show is live 8 p.m. every Thursday traditionally, but Wednesday this coming week. So not this, obviously we're live right now, but this Wednesday, the 8th of October, we're going to be live at 8 p.m. for this show because the pals will be at New York Comic Con. So make sure that you remember that we'll be live on Wednesday, the 8th of October, because we'll be at New York Comic Con. And speaking of New York Comic Con, you can expect that we're going to be dropping all kinds of interviews and yada, 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 all kinds of stuff from the show floor and everything else. So our socials, our YouTube channel, you're going to want to be checking those because you never know when we're going to put stuff up. It's going to be fun.
Stay tuned.
Yes, stay tuned. Dilo Retrospect says 5 p.m. Pacific. You're absolutely right, my friend. I always say Eastern because I'm in New York. Should I start saying when it is for other people? I feel like Eastern time is the real time, and everybody just knows how to like adjust.
That's some New York brain talking.
Yeah,
and I agree.
Sent Mountain Time.
Fuck that. Rami Darwish with the $4.99. Before getting into spoilers, do you guys recommend Absolute Evil? Yeah. And I mean, we're gonna talk about it now, so we might as well.
I thought we
jump
were
into what
doing. Justice?
Oh no. Right. Yes,
Okay.
we are not going to talk about it right this moment. We're going to talk about Justice League, the Omega Act Special #1. So we've got one more before we get into Absolute Evil. But yes, Rami, I think we all agree that we recommend it. Um, this was written by Joshua Williamson with art and colors by Yasmin Putri, Siantor May, letters by Dave Sharp. So, uh, this issue is a must read for anybody who is enjoying the like mainline saga of DC right now. And I wish DC had a better method of conveying what you should like what you must read and what you don't need to care about. Because you absolutely have to read this. Like you have to go out of your way because this picks up pretty much right after Superman, where Booster and Superman arrive back on our Earth. This is Superman. This is Booster back on the Watchtower with Time Trapper, and Time Trapper is kind of like, hey man, uh, nobody's gonna listen to me. Nobody gives a shit about what I'm trying to say here. This isn't gonna work out. So him, Flash, and Booster take a trip. Meanwhile, you have who were these two? I forget. It was Supergirl, right?
And
Yeah.
what's her face? Fucking from the Superman movie, Superman 2. Zod's Ursa. Ursa.
Right.
Right, yeah.
Yes, Ursa. Yes, absolutely. They are finding some ancient artifact object. There's a lot that happened in this issue. I feel like I'm saying this a lot recently. This is why I read comics. This is the kind of comic that I read comics for. I love this so much. It was $5.99. That I would pay that every week for comics.
Whoa! Hey, shut up!
Easy.
Right.
They're getting their booth ready for New York Comic Con. We can't have DC hearing that.
Unbelievable issue.
Speak on it.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Why
just
not?
Go ahead. Go for it.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, first of all, it's extended. It's definitely oversized, so you're getting a lot of story beats here. It's largely focusing on Time Trapper, and I like his perspective. Like he's been around long enough to know the way that these characters think and how things are going to play out. Superman does not trust him. It feels like so much of the decision making and what's happening is character and relationship based, which I feel like is often artificial in comics. And I'm realizing that I feel like that now. That like a lot of times you're reading stuff that's just like, well, we need this to go this way, so this is the way it's going to go. Whereas with this, you know, we've been living with Time Trapper now for about a year, I think. And I believe this character. Like he feels authentic to me. And I believe his argument. And he's like, yo, let's just get out of here, man. This isn't gonna work out. But Booster believes in Superman. He believes in good. He believes that they'll listen, you know, if he talks. And like I'm just obsessed with this story. This is like what I used to watch novellas for.
And I don't remember, like we talk about the time of DC Comics that we like you know, Infinity Crisis and 52 and like some of the new 52 as well. But like I don't know the last time the main story has been told in such a way. Like there are key pillars like Superman proper, like the comic Superman, but then there was like the Challenge of the Unknown, you have Question, and you have like Justice League Unlimited is also like kind of a key pillar. But I like how there was that double page splash, and I can actually show it here because I prepped for this, with Darkseid, and it shows that year of comics there in a circle. It's like, hey, these are all the stuff that happened throughout the year that was important for this grand tale we're having. Now we're going to get payoff for all of this. And I thought that was really interesting and really cool. And it's like, all right, I don't know the last time it felt so organized and so planned. And so like I've been along on this ride and I'm excited to see where this goes.
I mean, the fact that this picks up right after the events of Superman, it feels like we're kind of recollecting and reconnecting all the pieces to that point. The thing that I felt that I had a moment of just like, oh wow, this is all working so well. Is just it felt like it had a kind of 3 act piece to it
Mm.
of it's reminding you what the situation is. It's building the internal stakes for the conflict in this story, and then it's ending off with this is the handoff to go into the event, and seeing that construction and not being like, oh, I'm seeing the gears turn for these writers was the thing that I noticed and was impressed by. I can see kind of the machinations, but it's all being told through engaging story, and I'm having fun being pulled along through that.
Dude, when fucking time trapper is explaining, like, dude, like, guys, you don't know this legion, they're crazy, they're so dangerous. He said this legion, they're dangerous killers from a reality none of you can comprehend. Like, okay, bro, I've been reading comics for 20 years, I can comprehend a lot, right? That's what I'm thinking. But damn, that's a great sell. But then after all we've seen them do across the last couple of issues of Superman, when they fucking literally rip through the time stream to
Mm.
get to them, I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh shit, it's the Legion. Like, I never thought I would have that kind of thought in my life. Like, oh my God, it's the Legion. Fuck.
These legions built different. Like every time I used to see the Legion, I was like, oh, it's the Legion. Fuck. Like it's like all this lore. I don't care about these guys.
The
Right.
history, the detail.
I know that is sacrilegious to all our DC fans out there, which is probably 99% of the audience. But Legion has never really done much for me. They are a force of nature here that is scary. They're like a Resident Evil villain that just keeps following people.
They're annoying. Like, yo, can you relax? Can you
Yeah.
stop? Jesus Christ. Every comic I pick up, the Legion is hunting somebody down. Jeez.
Did you catch that bit where Time Trapper was like, yeah, it's not even just our future, it's every possible future. And 5G is there?
Wait, what?
Wait.
Yeah. It's
Hold
top
on.
right. I have it up on the screen because that's the future where Aquaman's daughter is part of that Justice League.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, I guess 5G would be a future. Then you have the Damian future below it. You have OMAC future. You have Command. You have Batman Beyond with the Superman there. I wasn't familiar with the bottom middle one, but I was like, oh shit, look at that.
I love that. I love a 5G reference. Love it. Yeah, I mean the Ursa and Laura stuff. Um, I guess like they found an object that suggests that Darkseid's tied into all of this from the beginning, I guess.
Seemingly.
Well, it's time though, so it could be our future, and they brought that stuff back in the past. Because you see a couple things there that are like present day stuff, like the Green Lantern is in that page. There's a couple of artifacts in there that's like, oh, that shouldn't be there. Let me see if I can bring up that page for myself here, because I noticed a couple of things there.
But the Green Lantern is not necessarily, because this couldn't be more than
Sure, yeah, I guess, yeah, because I saw Adam Strange's helmet and I saw a Thanagarian wing, so that could just be Ronians and Thanagarians, which is just a different culture. Okay, yeah.
But there's the writing on the wall says King Omega. So that implies if that's old and not future old, like Tyler just suggested, then that implies that this is some kind of an ancient prophecy type of thing.
Yeah.
But when she walks by that heart and just hears Darkseid is, like, what the hell kind of stuff is that?
Does the heart I took that as like a little heart of evil for Darkseid, but I'm also taking this history portion, and this ties into the absolute evil stuff, where it's like the Omega stuff is a fundamental part of the universe now, and so it persists throughout time regardless. So this
Sure.
is, in my mind, ancient. It doesn't matter. It is at the start. It is at the end.
Right. Tilo, yeah. It implies that Doomsday was created to kill Darkseid, right? Yes, exactly.
Sure. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, those doomsday dogs. Fun to say.
Yeah. I like this. I actually love this. I
Yeah.
thought this was awesome.
I want to shout out Yasmin Putri on art. She worked on I believe the Lara Ursa stuff, and a couple of the other pages. I'm not sure where the delineation was between the two, but I believe she worked on, was it
She did.
the Dark Knights of Steel?
Yes. Yep. Yep.
Yes.
That was her. Yeah.
Really
very
good stuff. Really cool to see her working on like a DC proper book. Facial work is key with her, and I really like the way she got that working.
Yo, she cooked.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, she's so good. To see her name on this marquee of a title, like key kind of moment and issue, I was like, yo, she's up there now, elevated.
Yeah.
But even like
Tomei cooked too.
Yeah, Kian as well. Like this is a DC universe that's kind of like, yes, it has the Omega energy in the background, but like in a way it's kind of inspired by like Dan Mora energy artistically, you know. Dan Mora doing Superman and Justice League Unlimited. So like those are the kind of the pillar books. So visually a lot of it kind of has that in the background. I think Yasmin Putri and Kian Tormey are distinctly themselves, but in a way channeling that same, I don't want to say house style, but it is Mora-esque in the sense that like visually it's still following a similar thread that I thought was really impressive.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. That's fair.
Yo, Booster has fucking absolute energy, or Omega absolute energy. Like, what is happening?
Bomb guy.
That was insane.
Got that aura, bro. That Riz.
That absolute Riz.
I gotta say, after reading JLI, I'm like, hell yeah, that's my boy Booster. I've been with him since the 80s.
Right?
Look how he's grown, how he's evolved.
I have actually first appearance of Booster Gold on a book that I bought years ago. Because I was like, yo, people are gonna like Booster Gold. I need to speculate.
This was the book I read first, and it was my pick of the week until the book I read last.
Ooh. Okay. All right.
Interesting.
But this is a strong pull.
I wanted to also shout out the page where it's cool to put Wally in a book where he has something to do. Because Wally is there to kind of bring Time Trapper, who's just Twink Doomsday, and Booster Gold through the time stream, and like they get to see the two big crises in the background. You have Infinite Crisis and Crisis on Infinite Earths. Kind of like they're like, this is how your brain perceives time. Just don't look too much into it. But I thought that was a nice little touch. It's like the bleeding of this time stream, depicting that with negative space. I thought was pretty cool.
Well, it's all like deteriorating too, right? Because the time exactly, yeah. Man, top comics, dude. Fuck.
Pull, pass.
Pull.
Not my pick of the week. No pick of the week yet, huh?
I think I know where we're gonna.
I think I know where we're going to. Yeah.
Let's see where the audience lands on this one. We have 57% pull. That sounds about right. Didn't buy or read 29%, and I chalked that up to the messaging. I think DC could have done a better job making sure people know they needed to buy this.
Sure.
Pick of the week is 10%. Pass is 4%. Thank you guys for voting.
Damn, strong ass numbers.
J Sage here saying Darkseid's gone from Madara to Kaguya. Like bro was a god, now he is god. Got to give the team credit, even though Doomsday already beat him.
That's a Shippuden reference, I believe.
Yes, it is. That much I know. You've referenced the one anime I can, well, the one of the two animes that I can actually get reference points to.
Let's see. Tenon Stats says, I feel like the Legion is popular for older fans. I've been reading for over 30 years, and I've learned that the last great Legion book was being written in the 80s, I'm pretty sure. Oof. That's a long time ago.
Legion Lost has popped up. You know, the Legion had a couple New 52 things that did not last long in any iteration. So they've not this is kind of their biggest starring role in a long, long time.
Put them on the map for modern readers. For me, dude.
Here's the thing. In my eyes, it's like, oh, when they become good again, I want to read that book.
When they become good.
I want to, I want to know more about Saturn Girl. I want to know more about Pharaoh Lad and Timberwolf.
Well, because I care now.
Well, and also they're rad designs. Like,
Yep.
we neglect. I don't know if we talked about this when they first showed up, but like modernizing their look in this like dark way, and it's like they got this Omega costume that's kind of thematic throughout all. It looks good, but it's modern because those costumes that the original Legion had are old as shit and kind of hokey looking for a lot of them. Like they made what's his face? Was it a Chameleon Lad or whatever? Remember that Chad face in that one issue of Superman? Orange guy.
Okay.
It was like, all right, that's what it looks like when it was first created. And now he's like horrifying looking.
It's grown.
Slight Blue Demon asks, as someone who hasn't been reading modern DC, where do I start with this? That's a great question. So you definitely start with the DC All In special, which came out last year and really kicked off this whole thing. Where do you need to go from there though?
I think you should read the year of Justice League Unlimited and Superman. I think that will get you the main story. That's the A plot. You will get some B plot and stuff like Question and Challengers of the Unknown and the Atom Project. But that's like if you're liking those two, like Superman and Justice League, then maybe check those out for fun.
I don't really feel like you need Justice League.
You need that We Are Yesterday stuff.
You do?
It tells you how. I mean, I guess you don't need it, but it tells you what caused the world to or time to break.
Yeah. They reference it here. One of those editor notes too. Like if you want to read more, check it out. I'd agree with that.
Yeah, I JLU was cool, but I feel like it built up to a wet fart with that. We Are Yesterday was fine, but like we went through a lot just to say the time stream is broken with that.
Sure.
I feel like you the only book you absolutely cannot not read is Superman.
Yeah,
you absolutely have to read Superman. Why do you need JLU, Tilo?
Uncanny Suit says read the Harley Quinn fart sniff comic as well. It's very important to canon.
Don't fuck with Sly Blue Demon like that.
I still never got the scratch sniff. I'm gonna look for that at Comic Con. I want to buy the physical.
That's crazy. Uncanny Suit said, "What book are we talking about?"
Justice League: The Omega Act.
Yeah. What other book? What do you mean, bro?
Which I saw somebody say here. Tilo said should have been called DCKO 0 or Prologue.
Clunky.
Yeah.
I don't feel. It doesn't feel like DCKO 0.
No.
Especially because it's not the same creative team, and I despise that when it's a 0 issue, but it's the different creative team. I don't know. I just feel like there was a way to get across that like you need to get this.
It does say there was like a top letterhead prelude to DCKO.
Yeah, it does. I don't know. Maybe I just feel like I came into this issue expecting nothing because the cover didn't inspire me. And both big two publishers have a tendency to put out superfluous issues before major events that I have trained myself to skip. I thought this was going to be similar to that. It's essential. There has to be a better way to tell us.
It's essential unless DCKO #1 retails a lot of stuff quickly.
I would hope not.
I mean, it could, but like if you've been reading the story so far, I feel like you need to see this. You would be missing out a lot if you didn't read this. Just in terms of the experience itself.
Sure.
Well, to figure out where all the pieces are coming in, like why we're gonna end up getting. Well, I guess that part's gonna get explained, but
yeah.
Steve Canara says weird timing to drop the same week as Absolute Evil. No, I think it's perfect timing. Actually,
I agree with that.
Timing.
Yeah,
I think thematically it's important to have these at the same time.
Necessary.
Absolutely.
Well, speaking of Absolute Evil, let's get into it now. This, my friends, is the book that um this look, everybody's been talking about this book this week. This book is massive. There are massive spoilers. We're going to spoil everything. We're going to talk about everything. You know how we do here. So if you don't want to, if you haven't gotten the chance to read it yet and you don't want that experience ruined for you, this is the time to skedaddle. Absolute Evil #1, writer Al Ewing, which I'm very surprised that Al Ewing was the one they
Yeah.
went for with this. Giuseppe Camuncoli on the pencils, love that. Stefano Nessi on inks, Romulo Fajardo Jr. on the colors, Tom Napolitano on the letters. So what we knew going into this issue was that it would feature a meeting between the primary villains of the various absolute books that we've been reading. So you get Ra's al Ghul, you get Hector Hammond, you get Veronica Cale, um, the Joker. You know, they're all here. We knew that. I feel like we knew or maybe had been teased that Absolute Green Arrow would debut here.
I feel like I remember that.
The previews for this are what they use to hype up the announcement at Comic-Con for
Okay.
Absolute Green Arrow. Yeah.
Right. Yes. I thought these looked super familiar.
Yeah.
That helps. So those things happen. But what happens changes the game. You open the book and we get Absolute Hawkman, which we knew was a possibility.
Whispers.
Yeah. But here he is in 1951. And what is he? A scumbag.
Hell yeah. Oh, fuck
He's
this
a
guy.
rat.
Out the gate.
That's what you
Out
get
the
for
gate.
having a fuck ass mask. You don't even have to beak on it. Fuck you, Hawkman.
I kind of liked it.
I thought he looked sick. I mean, it's very subtle
You look
difference.
like
but-
some Watchmen ass character.
And then we get the intro to Green Arrow, who is very similar to Mainline, except he feels even more down to earth. Like it's presented more in a way of like a rich guy literally thinking he's just gonna go
Yeah.
be a vigilante. It's very down to earth.
I think it's Hector Hammond. It says, you know, like, and Queen had a sudden change of heart. You know, he gained a conscience.
Right. Yeah. And then we get a meeting between these pieces of shit. And Hector is the one he's the one who can't get with the program of how serious this is. Normally, when you get a comic that has various villains meeting, the ego part of those characters creates the tension in the room. That is not what happens here. Because all of these people are on the same page, except for Hector.
Yes.
And that twist on the presentation of this makes it scary. And Al Ewing understood how to make this feel bone chilling because the story that unfolds here is very much a history of the way that evil has suppressed good over the years. Whenever there was some kind of a person who was having an uprising or was doing something different, something risky, they got shut down. And so why is it that Absolute Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman are still functioning? These villains need to unite in order to stop this, because what they are doing is an injustice. And then Hawkman comes into the room, barges in, breaks down the door, and presents them the dead body of the Green Arrow.
Dude. I literally turned the page. Great page turn. I just said, "Oh shit." And that was I'm like, "Oh, pick of the week. Easy." There's consequence. I was afraid. They felt threatening. Everything that was the build up to this moment was paid off so well. And the fact that the entire theme of this is we as the bad guys are almost righteous in trying to keep things the way that they are keep the order of the way the same way that we have since the 50s, because that's how the power works. It tries to maintain and stay in power. The inversion of what that means for the concept of justice. Oh, damn.
Let me read the Joker's words. The world is just. We have evidence, not of doom, but of a natural order, worked upon the world by a higher power. If spoiled little anarchists like the late Mr. Queen here would stand against that order, that I call injustice. And injustice must be fought. Chaos must be fought. We must fight it. And how can we fail? God is on our side. So, are we friends? We are not. To claim friendship with any of you would insult you. To succumb to friendship is against the moral order, but we can be allies. Here in this room, our watchtower, looking down from high above the herd, we can be in league. Between us, we can ensure the moral arc of the universe bends towards justice, and toast then to an ordered world and to our Justice League.
Damn. Damn.
Which is realistic. You know what I mean? Like, I think Al was a great choice for this book.
Yep.
Because he can tackle the heady topics that, you know, Joker is kind of waxing poetic about the Omega particle and all this stuff and how it's affecting things. But Al is always good at maintaining that. And this is the most Joker we've gotten in the Absolute Universe. And he's scary, dude. Like, I know this isn't the Joker that we got in the solicits that everyone was memeing, you know, last week. This is who he is right now. And the fact that, like, he's called the Joker because it's an ironic name, because he doesn't joke around. This dude's fucking serious about this entire thing. It made him scary. And I think it's just that the prerequisite of knowing who the Joker is, or who the Joker can be, and seeing this version of him is freaky. And I thought that a whole bit of how, like, that this is order is what's important, and order is what we control. We control order, so we control justice. Even though they are inherently evil, which they recognize. They're like, hey, yeah, there's no mega particle that's kind of weighing things down to the side of bad, but we control that, so that's good. It felt realistic in the sense that, like, it kind of feels like that in the real world, you know? And I thought Ewing was a really good cipher to explain that.
I didn't know that Al Ewing had this side to his writing. Like, I haven't seen him be in the driver's seat in this way, where he's dealing with the primary movers and shakers of the universe and having to write them. And he wrote these characters to be vile. Ra's al Ghul is like, he's completely no nonsense, and you believe that this is a stone cold killer. There's no pomp and circumstance with these villains. Most of the time, think about the what are they called? Not the Justice League, but the
Justice League?
No, the Legion of Doom.
Legion of Doom.
Sure.
The Legion
Okay.
of Doom. The Legion of Doom are 7 different villains who are basically mustache twirlers, right? And here we get a villainous iteration of the Justice League, but they're stone cold killers. There's nothing funny. Nobody's waxing. There's no monologue. None of that. None of that, like, haha, let me explain to you my secret plan before I kill you. Like, no, they're like, yeah, this is how this goes. This is how it's gonna go. And we need to work together to ensure that we win like we always do.
And look at like I have the looks like the Knights of the Round Table here, but they're at the round table just like the Justice League. And they're all just in suits. There's nothing flashy about them. Sure, they're in nice suits, but this isn't, like Sean said, like mustache twirling villains. These are realistic villains for this real world that they live in.
That wear business suits.
Yeah.
They're not, the Joker doesn't have a nice purple outfit and a poison rose on his chest. Like, no.
He looks like
a white suit.
He looks like he's in the Christmas Adventurers Club, Sean.
He does. Yeah, he absolutely gives that. that vibe.
And actually, they are all white as well. Which
Is Hector?
Hector Hammond, I believe, typically is white in the comics. I'm not sure about this absolute version, but curious. There's a power dynamic at play here.
So good.
Dude, how badass.
Can I pull that
Yeah.
page up? Is that too violent to put on YouTube? I have a splash page thing I can do.
Probably all right.
I think it's fine.
All right. Oh, jump scare.
Yeah.
Wasn't it
rough.
funny? Wasn't Gavin saying how, like, if he did an absolute book, he would love to do Hawkman? Sorry, Gavin. He's taken.
This I did like the way that, in reference to all of these heroes that are kind of popping up, that theme of inspiration is what's driving them.
Yep.
That's the real issue, because there's the mention where Kale's talking about how she says the way that Lois ignores Brainiac's algorithm, recommends writing, and writes her own after action report in her own tone. Like, that is the sin. It is not defiance, it's the quiet defiance. It's the small things that show, oh, I have a bit of free thought and free reign, and that's what these heroes are about. That's the thing that they're breaking through. The entirety of Absolute Superman has been, and we'll get into that issue, has been about inspiring other people, coming from the ground. Wonder Woman in the same capacity. Batman not necessarily in the same fashion, but he's also from the ground, coming up to fight for the little guy.
I think there's a bit of inspiration in Batman too, like the way he's affecting Alfred in that book.
Oh, that's a good point.
He's affecting his mother in a way too, to like put her face out there and fight for the little guy, whether
He's
she
inspiring
recognizes it
people
or
to
not.
Punt kids.
Yeah. I mean,
Chuck 'em.
Ra's al Ghul took his lead on that, didn't it? Ra's drop a baby off a building.
That's
Sure
right.
did.
Yeah.
The way that they talk about these heroes is inhuman. They call them it.
Hmm.
Or
It-
they.
Yeah.
It's not like never she. Let me find an example. Well, no, it is she. Let's see. Yeah. That thing is called the tetracide. It was the second most dangerous creature to appear that day. This is the most dangerous. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
there's Wonder Woman behind her.
Yeah.
She does say she says she arrived here from hell. She deafened the city. She became a gorgon, turned the tetracide to stone, then destroyed it with one punch. Like, she sounds disgusted.
But the part that she finds most concerning is she took operational command, right?
Yep.
That means that she can take that power, right? That is a direct threat to them.
And then using the Absolute Universe's version of the JSA, where typically that is the JSA is the main DC Universe's inspiration for our modern heroes. That didn't exist. They were able to shut that shit down in every sense of the way. Either they killed someone, or they paid them off, or whatever. Really, I mean, come on, fucking Absolute Wildcat, what a disappointment.
Dude.
Living up to who he really is. I knew it. I
man.
told you so.
He's a piece
But-
of shit.
But like, to show like they don't have that in the Absolute Universe. They don't have that foundation to be these heroes for. So when these heroes are inspiring people and they're doing what the JSA did for our world, like I live in the fucking DC universe, is scary for them, because that's breaking the order and breaking the control and breaking the justice that these guys are used to.
Joker was very focused. He says when he says that Batman didn't take the money.
Yeah.
That is that the fact that he couldn't be bought makes him a problem.
Yeah.
He might just be incorruptible.
And that's, again, the concerning part. He doesn't have a price.
Right.
And it's funny, like that would be the spot where the Joker would make a joke, and instead he's dead serious.
Which is just, oh man,
Yeah,
what a brilliant
scary.
flip.
Yeah.
Wow. But then, you get the stinger, the absolute justice stinger. You guys definitely didn't stop reading there, right, Tyler?
I kept reading. I'm
Okay.
the one who read last time. Marco didn't read far enough
Oh.
this time.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, this time that I had a physical book, so I figured I would continue.
Good. I'm glad.
He saw pages.
Because
Yeah.
if you had it, you would have missed a critical reveal, which is the reveal of the absolute Lex Luthor, who is a bad guy, which shouldn't be a surprise. But the presentation of him is crazy because he's on a farm. It's like he's living the quiet farm life
Yeah.
that Clark would have lived, but he's receiving a call from Brainiac to come in.
I don't know what to expect from him because it's like this exterior that's super cheery. He's like, I got over my ability to want to take the same power from people that they've had. And then in the background, you have that Omega symbol in the clouds.
I didn't
Oh,
catch that.
And so
whoa.
like something is ominous with this Lex. If our Joker is that
Tyler,
fucked, our Lex is even more fucked.
I was looking at the belt buckle. I didn't even think to look back.
Yeah, it's right behind him. It's just looming
Wow.
behind him. It's a bright sky, but the clouds are coming. This guy's scary as shit. I don't know. Like he's got like little rosy cheeks too, looking like a fucking
Yeah.
Saint Nick from those claymation cartoons.
Yeah.
But I
Yo,
don't trust this fucker at all.
come on, hold on. We did a video. I don't even know if it's out yet. No, it's out about how villains are boring.
Yeah, it's out. Yep.
Dude, this is all you need. All these villains are interesting, creepy. Like they compare them to mainline. These characters are creepy. They're horror. They're weird. Like I'm scared for the heroes. Like
Mm.
these villains are a problem. This is how you do it. I don't know what this Lex is about. He looks totally normal. We already know the Joker's some kind of crazy beast. What if this Lex is some kind of a monster?
Whose villain is he too? Like Ra's al Ghul, Superman's villain in this world. Like who's Lex gonna come up against?
That's a
I'm
good point.
assuming Superman.
It's gotta be.
Yeah, especially if Brainiac's calling him, right? He's part of that crew.
Well, this is Brainiac teaming up with the Mirror Master, who knows about the mainline universe.
True.
We never really got full. That thread never continued anywhere, did it?
I don't remember him knowing about mainline.
Well, he met the mainline Mirror Master, remember?
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And I think it was like Free Comic Book Day or something like that. So I would assume he would know there's another world out there.
It's crazy. Crazy.
Jay Sage says that Lex is definitely going to be a Manhunter villain. I don't know about that. I think Lex is too big to do that. I think you need him to be Superman.
Yeah, I
Jay
could see him
also,
like. Go ahead.
Jay also with the 199 pounds said why they do my boy Iron Monroe like that.
It's your boy. It's not mine.
Yeah, I don't claim him.
Had to Google him.
Pick of the week.
Yeah, it's mine too.
Yep. Easy.
This was insane. So insane. And just in case you were wondering, Giuseppe Camuncoli, still a beast.
Yep.
Still a beast. There's not a ton for him to do because there's not a bunch of action, but he does a phenomenal job. I love this issue. The colors are awesome as well. Giuseppe's one of my top 10 current working artists, and issues like this are the reason why.
Giuseppe has a thing with eyeballs. Like he does a lot of emoting through eyes. Like there's a couple of shots where those like super thin vertical slices for Joker doing his talk to the group. Yeah, it's always super shadowed or like it's super bugged out. Where like he can freak you the fuck out with his eyes. I mean, Sean, Undiscovered Country. That's Camuncoli, right? Great work there, Marco. You would actually really love the book.
I've read the shirt too.
There's a whole arc based on American music and folklore influencing this island. I think it's your book, but Camuncoli did great work there, and it's cool to see him do work here.
Yeah.
Man, this has me so excited for the rest of what's coming down. Like this all feels planned together. Well, what is this? Issue 12 of Superman. We're like only in the issue 12s, and I'm so hyped. I'm so on board. Everything that's going on. And then you show me this and you manage to elevate it. Come on.
I did not come into this issue thinking it was going to be like too special.
I felt like
Yeah.
like was reading or seeing kind of chatter of it being like, oh, did you hear that? Did you see that? I'm like, oh, it looks like there's some bad buzz around it. I'm like, I thought I was gonna have to come on this and defend myself.
No, the buzz was just like, sorry, Green Arrow fans. Which I guess that's a big thing because there's still an absolute Green Arrow coming out, but we got to assume it's either Connor or Roy at this point. Probably Roy.
Roy, right? He was talking to Roy on the
He
phone.
was
no?
talking to Roy, yeah.
Yo, he got fucking smoked.
Yeah.
Like, we don't
Dude.
even know what happened. Like, we didn't see him get smoked, but you can fill in the blanks in your own head. It wasn't a long fight.
No, I mean look at Hawkman's mallet. It's got like, it looks like a fucking sea mine.
Oh, the mace, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, it's just one of those. Ollie's just a human. Like that's all it took. And
Just
the
the
big
guy.
old wump. Oh man, what the fuck happened to Hawkman too? Did he go to Arkham? Oh, possibly. They do animal hybrids over there.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I was thinking like unknown soldier type shit because of
No,
the bandages.
I think it's definitely Arkham. Yeah, it's doing all kinds of animal stuff there.
That makes sense.
Well,
CW
better costume
Gordon.
than his first appearance, that's for sure.
CW Gordon says this is the 1 year in issue. Compare that to the ultimate 1 year in issue that has gone absolutely nowhere and changed nothing.
I don't remember what happened in that issue. Was that
That was
the
the
That
Nick
was
Fury?
Nick Fury, yeah.
Oh, that's when they arrested Howard the Duck.
I don't remember that.
It's in the background. I don't think it was an actual plot point, but it happens in the background.
I just remember it was all a clone. It was a robot Fury.
Rick Sanchez says that line from the Joker didn't really work for me. Batman did take the money and burned it. He should have simply said he burned it all. The point he was making is that Batman wasn't able to be bought.
Yeah, he didn't take the bribe.
Right.
Yeah.
Made a show of it.
Yep. Yeah, guys, go get it. If you didn't get it, read it. It's great. 43% of you said pick of the week. That has to be the highest pick of the week ever. That's crazy.
Ever? It's
Oh, I
up
haven't seen
there.
it.
Yeah, it's up there.
43% pull, 12% didn't buy or read, and pass is 7%.
Wow.
Damn.
Who's passing on this book?
Yeah.
Ollie.
Can't press the button, bro.
Comic Boom said Absolute Lex is a wild card. I would not assume he is evil at this point.
CW Gordon had a good point here, saying Ollie's island being Epstein Island was wild. But I know there's the whole Jubal Slade thing and him going to an island, which is, I assume is Deathstroke, because Deathstroke do love him some kids, even in mainline.
What?
So wait, what's the confusion, Sean?
This is a weird direction you're taking this.
No,
line of
because
language.
Ollie's island is how his origin. He goes to the island and becomes Green Arrow there. So it was alluding to him going to an island for Jubal Slade to free this island from the kids that they allude to, which is very modern story. But then it gets turned on its head, and we don't actually get to see that story happening. But it could have been like an origin there that is like an absolute version of Oliver.
All right, let's get into Absolute Superman number 12. Jason Aaron on the words, Rafa Sandoval on the art, Ulysses Areola on the colors, letters by Becca Carey. Absolute Superman is still being hunted by Ra's al Ghul. He wants this man bad. He wants him to be his son. This issue gives us a lot of background on Superman, what it was like when he came to Earth, and some of his experiences, and how Soul was always there for him. Soul was always there for him. Soul was able to keep him together because Superman kind of just wanted to go balls out, and Soul stops him from doing that. We also learned that the people of Kansas, Smallville, haven't forgotten what Superman did for their town. And so they stand up for him and they're willing to fight for him while Superman comes to grips with how he's been feeling and, what he needs to do. And so Ra's makes the decision to send fucking everything after Superman in Smallville. And the issue ends with like just the whole army. They have mechs, they have flying, they have helicopters, they have flying tanks, they got fucking everything going to Kansas. This dude is cooked.
It looked like Titanfall.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This was fantastic. Marco, how'd you feel about this?
If this continues to just be strong entry after strong entry, I think again Aaron gets to the core of who this Superman is and who Superman is in general. Yes, he can have his moments of frustration and he ultimately comes out of that. But it's interesting because he is this person of this other world, and that humanizes him. He has his outbursts. He has his moments where he needs to kind of uh, go and be solitary. We get the Fortress of Solitude, where he's literally just kind of by himself. He soul detaches from him, and he gets to be in his own thoughts. I thought that was represented amazingly, and I think what we have here is a still young, angry Superman or Cal who's trying to figure it all out. But as was the theme of this issue, it's the people that he kind of finds along the way, the friends that he's making that continue to give him hope and allow him to give that back and inspire. And that's the threat of, what we saw in Absolute Evil. Another yeah, again, another strong entry. This could have been pick of the week if it weren't for the other book.
I thought this was a strong issue. I wasn't too hot on it. I thought it was just pretty good. I did like the art is stellar as always. But I felt like we were set such a big plot point forward. I guess you do have to have a cooldown issue before the next big fight. But yeah, I thought it was good. I think it's a good way to actually build up Soul as a character, because since the book has been going on, he's kind of been a tool with characteristics rather than a full-on character. And I think this really shows you that this robot is the closest to Superman has to a friend. And I thought that was really good in building that dynamic up. And it almost leads me to think that like this super protective robot and AI, I wonder if that becomes too much at a certain point. Like, I know we had he showed a face in the previous issue when it was getting tortured, right? When it was in that like test tube thing.
Oh yeah.
So I'm wondering if this could become, in a way, maybe a antagonist down the line. But I did like the issue. I thought it was fun. I'm excited to see where it goes though, because our climax is coming up soon.
I would be really bummed if Soul ended up becoming a villain. I think at this point I've come to really enjoy Soul, and that character feels like such a defining element of the uniqueness of this version of Superman, which I really appreciate. So I hope he stays an ally. I also like how he's in stark contrast to Brainiac. Um, Superman is facing off with Ra's, who has a an AI on his side. Superman has an AI on his side, and this AI is also his mother, or programmed by his mother.
Yeah.
So like tethers to his history. I just love the inclusion, and it's also a fortress of solitude as well, as we learn here. So just perfect, a way to synthesize a lot of Superman concepts and things that um, can be remixed, and Soul allows for that. So kudos to Jason Aaron for expanding on the importance of that version, or that character, to this version of Superman. And I just love the digging into this Superman that we've been doing. Like, they're hitting on a lot of the same points, but we need to understand that this version of Superman is going through a lot. Like, he doesn't come to Earth just ready to be the biggest hero and ready to fight for justice and happy to save the day. Like, that's not it. He's angry at these people. He's angry that they don't see how lucky they are to have this. And that they're so stupid that they're almost gonna lose it. I love this version of Superman. And it sucks because I don't want this to go away. I think about, man, the absolute universe isn't always going to exist. And like, no, because this feels like a version of Superman that I need. Like, it feels so additive to what Superman is as a character.
Don't we get in the last issue of Superman when Absolute Superman shows up on that one page? Are we to believe that this version of Superman will become corrupted by Darkseid down the line?
No, I thought that was like a point of tension.
I always look at those kinds of things as like,
Potential.
yeah, it's in the future, but
Right.
it's not gonna happen. It's like the negative future. You know?
We can change it.
It's future state.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what Mark, like we can change it. Like this is where we're headed, but we can pivot.
Right.
I feel like I don't have a ton more to say about this issue just because
Yeah.
it was a slowed down issue, but I really enjoyed it. Like I think Absolute Superman isn't my favorite of the Absolute books, no, but that isn't saying anything bad about it because they're just really good. But it's in the upper tier for me.
I still think it's a damn good book. Yeah.
100%. I feel like the expectation now is we're just gonna have a strong issue again.
Right. Like I don't even know that I feel like it's delivered one issue I thought was less than good.
It had a low point only in comparison to its high points.
Absolute Lana Lang, I forgot about that. Yeah, we did get the debut of Absolute Lana, which
Oh, that's right.
felt like whatever.
It felt a little coincidental. It's like, all right. I feel like this week in we'll talk about Absolute Green Lantern. It was like, hey, let's show the absolute versions of a lot of characters this week.
Yeah.
And I think by the time I got to Lana Lang, because I read it last, I was like, oh boy, all right, a little too much. But at least she had that Glock on her, so she had like a pistol underneath the table with a freaking rifle as well.
The shotgun.
You gotta be ready.
Oh, there's a pistol too and a bat.
You gotta be ready. Pull.
Yeah, pull.
Yeah, pull.
Let's go ahead and get this poll over with so we can see where you guys are voting. 63% of you say pull, didn't buy or read is 19%, pass is 12%, pick of the week 6%.
Wow.
Nice. CW Gordon says this live stream is the best.
Says who?
That's very nice of you to say.
Says CW Gordon.
Oh, okay, cool. I trust him.
Yeah, loving it. Tilo says, I think DCKO will impact the Absolute Universe trajectories. So that's a good thought, or a thought that I'm interested in. I guess I'm struggling to see the intersection still between DCKO and the Absolute Universe.
Yeah, same.
Well, it's building up this Omega energy, right? And if these are like, maybe it's at the same time draining away from the Absolute. We'll have to see how it plays out, but when I read that, I thought, oh, okay, I mean, like we've gotten now an explanation to some degree of like the weight of what that energy can mean in the context of this universe. So if they're trying to store more of it, it has to maybe there's a give and take between the universes. This is how they may be interacting with each other.
I feel, yeah, like there has to be something. There has to be some kind of tether. I just don't know what it is yet.
Yeah, same.
I like this thought from Mikey J, though. I feel like at some point, everything in the Absolute Universe is going to hinge on a choice this Superman makes.
Oh, interesting.
Because he's the one who's really like weighing the weight of action, right? Like Wonder Woman is a woman of action. She's going to do things. And she's pretty clear about it because she's morally good. Like everything she wants to do is in line with what's best. Batman is driven by a purpose and an obsession. He can't stop. He's relentless. What he's doing is good, but he doesn't care what it costs. Superman wants to do good, but he's kind of angry at the people that he's doing good for because so many of them don't even care. And he knows that he could just end all this shit. And there's a level of restraint required of him that's different than the other absolute characters. So I feel like he's weighing all of this more. And so he should have more weight on his shoulders morally.
That consequence as it relates to his actions are always going to be heavier.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. I like that.
It's good stuff. Let's talk about Absolute Green Lantern #7. This is the book that you guys chose via the Pals Polls poll, which is no surprise. It might as well be the fucking Green Lantern poll. You guys just vote for Green Lantern. Like, and I want to take it all out of the polls because it's just ridiculous at this point. But the shows are so stacked that it's hard to do. Anyway, the poll that's up now features Deluge #1 and High Strangeness #1, which are two new debuting indie books. But then it also features Amazing Spider-Man Torn #1 and Green Lantern Corps #9. Shockingly, Amazing Spider-Man is beating out Green Lantern right
Oh,
now by
no.
3%. I
way.
can't believe it.
Oh,
Wait,
no.
is this a Symbi issue?
No, this
No,
is
no, this is the JMS
Oh, right.
side book.
Okay. Oh.
Marco. We already recorded Pals Previews. I don't remember talking about.
He just laughs.
Nope.
Get your vote on. You guys know how to do it by now. I want to see big numbers. And also, we'll be doing that episode of Pals Pulls Wednesday, not Thursday, this coming week, because your boys will be at New York Comic Con. So, yes,
I'd like to start.
feel
Get
free.
my thoughts out of the way. You guys are gonna have fun.
You're gonna recap this issue right off the bat.
No. Oh, I could.
Please.
Space shit happens, dude. I could not follow what was going on. We do get to see a in space more Green Lantern members. I popped off hard for Metaphil. There's a fight that's happening between Medphil, Aricia, and I'm forgetting the other one. Kilowog is apparently a Black Star, and they duke it out. And by the end of this, we get a reveal of Absol Sinestro after this big old fight. I've been on record of as not enjoying this book, and to pull us away from something that I was already having trouble following and understanding
Mhm.
felt like Al Ewing is just throwing me around. I'm getting abused right now.
Oh, shit.
I'm I was locked in on what was going on in this small town and kind of the framing of this in the world, but to now get more, it's cool to see some of these familiar characters, but I have not been able to grab onto the story for this. So yeah, I found this quite difficult to get through. I did pop off for Metaphil. Um, he's a cool Green Lantern. Pops up in Swamp Thing during the Alan Moore run, so that's rad. But this wasn't for me.
So we should say this is Al Ewing with art by Riley Rosmo and Jason Howard as well. Just wanted to get that out there.
Oh, thank you.
Inaki Aspiazu on colors, Lucas Catoni on the letters as well.
How would you feel about the art though, Marco? I guess it's Riley Rosmo. I thought you would kind of be down with it.
He's good.
Huh.
I don't know. I just feel like I've been down on this.
Interesting.
It's been bleeding into everything.
This issue does kind of do I always forget the saying. It's when you do a 180, not a 360. If you do a 360, you go back to where you started. Okay. This kind of does like a 180 on what Absolute Green Lantern has been in the previous 6 issues, where that would focus on characters on Earth discovering what the idea of the Green Lantern is. And the Abin Sur, and he was in the recruiting process that we kind of get teased here on Metaphil's planet or whatever. It's then saying, all right, that was the micro. Let's go to the macro. Let's go really big. Let's zoom all the way out as possible. This is still a cosmic story. It's still a big old space story. And rather it being cores that are based on emotion, it feels like these are divisions based on level of state of being more than emotion. It's like a step above emotion. And because I'm having trouble describing it, this is the issue I have with it. Because I have a little trouble understanding it. It becomes so big in the reasonings between like the yellow core, Tomar Ray showing up as like a Red Lantern, I thought was neat because he's like the Red Lantern, but like every one of the characters views the hierarchy differently. I loved Al Ewing in Absolute Evil. That's great Al Ewing. I think this is also good Al Ewing, but this does the Al Ewing stuff that kind of gets me to check out of his book sometimes, where it's so big and so heady. I'm a little lost.
Look, I'm gonna say some fraudulent shit, but it's true. There are some books that I like that I don't understand. It happens. And this issue was one of those. I had a good time reading this. I enjoyed it.
Same.
Watching planets blow shit up, that to me is peak fun. I like that. I like Mogo a lot. Conscious planets are cool to me. Kilowog being a black star, pretty fun. I like that. Do I understand everything that was happening in this issue? Fuck no. Who was that red guy? Not sure. There's stuff. And who was the guy at the end? I don't really
You
know.
guys don't know Tomar Ray?
Yeah,
I've seen him.
Oh,
yeah.
Tomar
Seen
Ray
him.
is classic Green Lantern character.
Cool. Cool. I know that I had a good experience with this. I like the art a lot. Riley Rosmo is one of my guys. His Kilowog with the crazy fucking Resident Evil arm was sick as shit. I thought it looked great. I didn't understand what Al Ewing's point was, but I liked it.
Well, the point is that this is going to happen to Earth. Is the point? They're showing you the recruitment process of Oa on a planet, what that does to the planet. That same recruitment process just happened on Earth. So we know it not only happened on Earth, but then one of the Tomars came out of it. So one of the people that weren't recruited, but they gained the power. Sinestro is one of them. Tomar Ray is another one of them for the Red Lanterns. And now Joe is the third that we know of. So now there is, if Sinestro with the black stars and the yellow core, which he's a part of, even though he's controlling the black stars, that was confusing to me. This fight that we just saw is coming to Earth. So this big cosmic thing, big old space war coming to our quaint little town. So I think that's interesting. That is what kind of got me through this. And the art, I think the art was fucking killer.
Yeah, I had fun with this. It is a deviation,
Yep.
for sure, and I can see why that would bother someone. But yeah, I had a pleasant time, and I'm looking forward to the next one. I don't have anything negative to say. I just didn't fully grasp it, but it was good. Pull.
Pass.
Yeah, so MX Mothman says, Black Stars view themselves as masters of fate and order, able to bend it to their will. And Sinestro seems to be the hour that agrees. That sort of makes sense to me, what you just said.
Okay.
I think
rank?
I think I got it. I think I got it. I could use a Hickman graph here, honestly.
Yeah.
I might need something a little more visual to kind of get me to I'm like still trying to go back into issue 6 and think about what John Stewart was listing things, and we had the ranking, and then it was inverted at one point. Yeah, it's still a pull for me, and I liked it, but we can't keep going this heady with it. It needs to bring itself back down to the characters.
Yeah, I think one issue of this is fine.
Sure.
Pull 49%, pass 24%, didn't buy or read 24%, pick of the week 3%. Oh no. I'm wondering if Absolute Green, I mean, I was about to say, I'm wondering if this book should be on the show still.
Wasn't our choice.
but we didn't even
That's
choose
right.
it. Like I dropped it from the show, but you guys keep voting it in.
At least they're pulling it, unlike Green Lantern.
Right. Yeah, exactly. You guys drive me crazy. Comic Boom. Hey, Comic Boom, how's it going? Each color of the spectrum have anomalies. Tamar Ray and Joe Moline are two of them, whatever that means. Whatever that means. Exactly. That's where I'm at. I love all that shit. Do I understand it? Nah, Not yet. That's fine. There were aspects of we only find them when they're dead that I figured out, which is Al Ewing's Boom Book, with Simone Bianchi,
Yeah,
I think, or DeMeo. But either way,
DeMeo.
yeah, uh, that book, like let's say issue 3 didn't necessarily make sense to me, right? But then issue 6 would come out and it would recontextualize or
Yes.
re-explain something that I read earlier, and then I'd be like, oh, okay, now I get it. That's why I'm not tripping about not understanding what I just read.
And that's what this issue did for issue 6 for me.
There you go.
It introduced the concept in 6, and this solidifies it with who they are.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's leave DC and let's leave Marvel for that matter. No Marvel this week at all to speak of.
I'll do a little
Yeah.
hit later.
But Rook Exodus from the Ghost Machine camp has made its return. We've all been waiting, a year for Rook to return. Jeff
Something like that.
Johns, Jay Fabic, Brad Anderson, Rob Lee. That's the creative team. You should know by now. This is the first 6 issues of this represented some of the best comics I thought we got all year last year. And now we're back for another arc. So this one introduces us to more of the characters who've got those cool ass helmets, the wardens. We get to see more of that, and it looks like some time has passed. And so Rook and Direwolf are on a mission. They're on a recruitment mission, trying to figure out who can help them with their goal of getting the hell out of here, or not getting out of here, but solving the problem, saving this world. I would say this issue is sort of doesn't really move. It's more of like a reintroduction, and there's some solid action. How'd you guys feel about this?
That was my issue with this issue, was that it was recap. It was like, all right, hey, we've been gone for a bit. There's literally that one page where Rook is explaining everything that happened in the first arc, where I was like, I don't think I needed that. It's like a word box. We use the text square in Photoshop too many times. That wasn't that much of a big fan, because like the story's pretty straightforward. We don't need that full-on recap. Maybe a recap for like the fight that happened between Ursaw and explaining what happened there. But he's recapping from like page 1, issue 1, which I thought was a little too far going back. That being said, I think it's a good place for where we are, and I think it's a good spot of where it leaves where the story's going. It pretty much says, hey, we activated all those helmets at the end of the last arc. We said we were going to go find them. Now we're showing you why we need you to find them. We need to get this connection and this grid together so everyone can communicate and we can take back this world. Fine. That's an easy way to kind of keep me going forward. It makes you have to go all over this world. We have to see everyone. We have to meet everyone. We have to go everywhere. Easy. What I'm liking about this book are the characters and the world and the animals. So all in all, I like this issue. I didn't like all the backtracking it had to do to explain itself, but I did enjoy the issue.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be my pick of the week when we were doing past previews. I
Don't
agree
spoil
that.
it.
Well, I agree that it was quite a bit of just like retreading, but I think I'm glad we got it out, just out of the way. Yes, it was text heavy, but we can move past that. Ironically, there is also like the previously in Rook at the inside cover.
Hmm.
But I'm glad to be back in this world, in a different environment this time. So I was just happy to see these characters again. Uh, when you're gone for this kind of a hiatus, you have to sort of slowly get yourself back in. So, as an introductory issue for this arc, content, let it do its thing. Once we're into the next issue, especially with the what is it, the arachnid, ooh, dude, creepy. I can't wait. We're gonna get back into a groove. I'm confident of that.
Yeah, I think I largely land where you guys did. Be getting Jason Fabic back in my hands, getting his art back in my hands is just a treat. I'm really happy to see his work, and I would say from a visual standpoint, it was worth the wait.
Hmm.
Did this so? Here's how I think about it. A year's gone by, and a lot of people probably bought the trade, and they're getting issue 7, and all they read the trade in one whole chunk, and they're getting issue 7. Or maybe they read nothing and they're buying issue 7 for the first time. I don't feel like this issue does enough for people who still need to be sold.
Mm.
Like, it doesn't come out of the gate swinging with a bunch of propulsion and excitement. It feels like the issue they could have dropped if we hadn't waited a year. And even then, it would be like, why are you recapping all this? I wished there was a little bit more meat on the bone. Not to say I didn't have a good time. I enjoyed it. I just wish a little more happened.
And they had that whole cold open with us too, or it's Bloodhound versus Stag, I think the character's name is.
Yeah.
Which great character. He's like a Japanese Ronin. That the idea that the deer warden is a hunter instead of being the hunted. I thought that's a great little inversion of that. But like it just felt like window dressing. Like even though we learn who Bloodhound is by the end of this issue, that didn't contextualize that fight for me to make it seem more than just a place for Fabic to do his thing. Like
Yeah,
storyline wise, it doesn't do much for me.
it's a random fight. Like
Yeah.
he's gone kind of AWOL, and so
They needed that to have any level of action.
yeah.
But outside of that, there was no reason. Like there's no story reason other than, like you said, just showing this character.
Yeah.
That doesn't really work for me. Like I would like, I love action, but I want it to have substance. I thought this was a fine issue. I don't think that I think issue 8 will probably knock my socks off because I loved Rook 1 to 6.
Yeah.
But it feels like we're ramping up again. And personally,
Yes.
I really dislike that feeling when I'm reading a continuous story.
I don't like a start and stop.
Yeah.
Then I know, like, publishing wise, yes, that's what this is. The story doesn't need to tell me that too.
Yeah.
I rather this have been just straight issue. What is it, 7?
Yeah.
Instead of I'd rather it have been the issue after 6 than just this random issue because it feels like I feel the time off.
For me, it's analogous to the difference between going from a season of television into another one, where you kind of, the prior season brings you all the way up emotionally, and then it ends, and then the next season typically wants to do the same thing, so it starts you at a low place and brings you up.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I want it to feel like it has propulsion throughout and it's moving throughout. And when you have a previously on page, you don't need to have your main character waxing about everything I already read. So solid issue. The art is the showcase.
Yes.
I think it will get much better.
I have faith in the team. Yeah. And now that I'm back in the world, I'm like, okay, cool. Let's keep this train rolling.
Yeah. As you laid that out, I did have it did remind me a bit of Geiger, and kind of the first arc was really strong, and then it kind of slowed its roll because it had to catch other people up. Obviously there was a lot of other stuff going on, but now that you say that did give me a bit of worry, because that brought me off the book, and that was similarly a Jeff Johns joint. I don't expect that to happen here. Again, I have faith that this is just this issue, but it is reminiscent.
Dude, Geiger felt like it restarted.
Yeah.
Like it felt like what we had already read was irrelevant in the sense that it didn't use that to just build upon that. It just started from zero again. But yeah, pull. This is strong.
Pull.
It's still a pull. Yeah.
Ooh, 54% didn't buy or read. That's a big time number. Shit.
Give me those tradesmen.
Wow. 34% say pull, passes 12%. Pick of the week is nobody.
Yikes.
I get it. Cole says the intro fight was great and the rest set the players up for the rest of the arc. Excited to see where it goes next. great environment and color palette change as well. I agree with you, Cole. I think the problem for me is that I also know that these these are going to be tight. We're not going to get more than 6 issue arcs, very unlikely, and we're probably going to have to wait a year per arc. So if that's the case, I definitely don't want any issue to just be a recap
Yeah.
or to feel like that, because it like we're only going to get 5 more.
Yeah, like what you said, it says excited to see where it goes next. Great and sets the players up for the rest of the arc. I need the issue to do something in itself instead of set up for the rest of the arc. Because like you said, Sean, we only have a set amount of issues here. We can't waste space.
Yeah, there's nothing emotionally to chew on here, whereas I felt, Geiger had developed some level of emotional stakes in the first 6, and this doesn't include those, so it's hard to find anything to grab onto. Some of the chatters are bummed out that we didn't talk about Spider-Man. Well, what do you want me to tell you?
That's
you guys
your
don't
fault.
vote for Spider-Man.
I
You
didn't even
don't
read
vote.
it.
You
Go
don't
vote.
want it.
Go vote. Convince your neighbor.
Yes.
Make
more important than
burners. Cheat.
More... it's more important than contacting your congressman.
I gotta say though, that book looks good. I just opened it up and it's like, oh, I forgot. This is the Rock.
I'm sure it's great.
Ooh, he's doing a good Rocket. You know, like when people draw Rocket Raccoon, it just doesn't look like a raccoon.
Sure.
Looks like a bear.
Or like a cat. Or like a rat,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Or some kind of marsupial. Yeah. No, Order of Dylan's right though. This is a DC show.
Get it right.
CW Gordon says, do y'all prefer the 6-month chunks, or would you rather have alternate months all year round?
I'd rather have the alternate month. I'd rather wait 2 months.
I don't know of a book where the 6-month chunks has worked for me. I'm thinking Saga. I'm thinking even more than 6 months with Snot Girl. And this, I think that works for people who read and trade. I don't. It doesn't work for me.
I'm extremely out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
So if it's not on my shelf, it's not on my brain. And I would rather get it every other month than wait 6. It's just too long. And I think, especially in comics, you can't really be off the shelf for that long.
Yeah.
You can't.
I would almost rather Fabic come out with a book every other month, an issue every other month.
Yeah. 100%.
I'll take that.
Yeah. All right. So before we get into the stack, because you guys know we always have to do the stack before we close out, Tyler's going to talk about Age of Revelation. I'm banned from reading X books. It's a self-imposed ban, but Tyler's not. So I will keep up with these books through him. Go ahead, Tyler. Tell us.
I just wanted to give the listeners. I know our Marvel listeners needed a little something, and this is kind of a big book this week. And in a week full of big books, Marvel did put out a big book with X-Men: Age of Revelation Overture #1. This is Jed McKay. It's Ryan Stegman. It is the beginnings of their new Age of Revelation book, which, if you check out Pal's previews, they're all coming out next week. So get ready for that. This book looked very good. At one point, so this is a 10 years in the future. Revelation, Doug Ramsey, has taken control of the world and turned the world into a mutant safe haven, but he's a little fucked up. He's a little fucky in the head, and he's a little evil. So this is that story. Cyclops and Beast from our time have their consciousnesses sent to the future into their bodies, and now they are living in this world. And that's where the story goes from there. At one point, Glob Herman, in 10 years later, is apparently a murderous assassin at this point. So he murks somebody, and it was pretty cool. I don't think it was the greatest book. I thought it looked really good. And I think this is one of those situations where the world is interesting enough that I think there will be some shining stars in all these tie-ins that could really tell a fun story in the middle of this. But the other part of me is like, man, it's also disrupting a lot. So I don't know. It was a good opening volley to what this world is. Like I say, the character designs are friggin' rad for a lot of these characters. The one for Wolverine, he's like the Angel of Death, is what they call him. He's one of Revelations, I guess, horseman in a way. And he's just Wolverine with like his fucking hairy chest out, and he's got like this metal face mask that's pretty rad. But yeah, it's interesting enough. It didn't light my pants on fire, but I'm sold enough to pick up some of these for sure. You look like you got
Did they
questions, Sean.
Yeah, did they explain why Wolverine is on Revelation side?
Nope,
Sick.
not yet. And
Okay.
he does do what he does best in this issue. That's for sure.
The
That I will tell
dry-
you.
The dry is sick.
Sick. I won't even wiki that.
Is that great?
Yep. Yep.
Do I have to do this
Exactly.
as like recurring segment every week now, just to get to fill Sean in so he can kind of get what's going on without
Yeah.
having to read it?
Tangentially.
You can if you want to, but the truth is, I needed to hear how the first one would go, just to see if it would like excite me, and that did not excite me on any level.
Here's the thing, though. You were warmer on the alpha issue, right? Than even I was. So this might actually be down your alley. If you like Stegman, I think it's a lot of what that issue was, just further. And there's some cool like stand your ground sacrifice moments in this that make this like a big issue. And it's Stegman drawing it, so I think that's good. But it's disrupting the whole line, so we'll see where that goes.
And the writer is
It's
your
McKay.
boy Jed, yeah.
You said Lil Jed?
No, he
No,
said
I said your boy Jed.
Oh.
I like Jed
Never.
McKay. He is my boy. He was chill when I interviewed him at Comic-Con, and I asked him about Mary Jane and Black Cat's dumpies. So we're on the same level there.
Gets it.
Look, personally, he and I probably see eye to eye.
Taking a little frolic in the snow. No, that sounds like you're doing coke.
Whatever is clever, man. I'm just kidding, by the way.
Oh, hey, we don't judge.
If only you knew. Let's get that stack done. Let's see those numbers in the chat. I counted my stack while I was waiting in line this week.
Can we hear it?
I'm sorry?
Can we hear the stack? Can we hear the thud?
Sure.
Let's see if that helps people come up with numbers.
All right. I won't say anything. I'll just let you hear it and see. All right.
Okay.
Here we go.
Jesus Christ. Oh. All right. Well, those numbers are coming out, and I feel like those early numbers might change after hearing that.
Yeah, 10H always shooting high, man.
You guys want to hear? Sorry.
Oh yeah, go. Let's hear Tales from the Comic Shop.
So, first of all, it was packed.
Really?
Yeah, it was packed. I think this week, being a DC heavy week with all the big books they put out, I think it really brought people out, which was cool to see. There were so many people there, and there were these like young goons that were just standing around. I wanted to use a different word. They were standing around,
yeah, I know,
talking about Robins, the various Robins,
okay,
and how much they know about the Robins, which was so fucking funny.
How wrong were they?
It's not that they were wrong. It's just that like I can tell they're watching Rob's videos. Like they're not, you know what I mean? Like you can just tell when someone is regurgitating things and not saying what they actually think. So that was funny. But then there was something sad. There was something very sad. I was eavesdropping a conversation that the remember the not a violent guy that I told a story about?
Yeah.
So he's no shit there every single week, but I don't know his origin story. So I learned the origin story of the violent guy. It was the not a violent guy, and it was very sad. So he was, giving some guy the Inquisition about his, comics knowledge, and then that guy starts to question the not a violent guy, whose name is Hector.
Oh.
He don't look like no damn Hector.
Hector the Collector. Okay.
Hey.
Clever. I like it. So Hector the Collector says, the guy asks him, oh, what do you do for work? So Hector the Collector says, "Oh, I'm a truck driver.
Oh.
I live in Jersey and I drive in Jersey, and I drive an hour to come here every week because
Wow.
this is the LCS that I choose." The other guy doesn't say shit. So Hector the Collector goes, "Had I made better decisions in my life,
Oh no.
I'd be on a set right now, telling people what to do, shooting film. You know,
Oh,
like he wanted to be a director.
it was Hector the director supposed
Hector
to
the
be.
director.
Damn.
Yeah, yeah. I felt so sad for him. Like, damn, Hector, you could have been someone. Like I went to see one battle after another this last weekend. I could have been going to see one of Hector's films.
Man, he could have been Paul Thomas Anderson. It's like the Ultimate Universe. He didn't get his orb.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
exactly. That's
There's
fucked
a
up.
there's a Super 8 that he could have gotten in his little box as a kid.
Yes. See, little Hector wanted a Super 8 for Christmas,
Yeah.
but he didn't get one. So he left his house, and Jimmy on the corner gave him some crack. Hector took it, and now Hector drives truck in Jersey. Lesson learned, kids, don't do that shit, because otherwise you end up in Jersey.
Duh. Not by choice.
Exactly. Let's get to those numbers, please.
Alrighty, let's see. Let's start with James Jones. Oh wait, Mark, I'm stepping on your feet. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We got James Jones with 20. Entertain Me 19. Hades Hideout 16. Steve Canaris 19. Ted H 28. Mothman 21. Uncanny Suit 16. Rami Darwish 14. C.W. Gordon 18. The Order of Dylan 23. Kenneth Williams 25. Jermaine Artis 23. Absolute JTQ 22. Cole 15.
That's
That
it.
is everybody.
That's it.
All right.
Marco, do you have a stack this week too?
I do. Get those numbers in while
Okay, yeah.
Sean reads his out.
Beautiful. So just so you guys know, I didn't get the chance to read anything outside of my stack. So, or outside of what we read for the show is what I meant to say. So I will have no reviews for these. Adventures of Superman, the Book of L #2. Cheshire and Cheetah, Rob the
Ooh.
Justice League #3. I'm very excited to get to that.
Same.
Birds of Prey 26.
Hmm.
Department of Truth #0. Something is Killing the Children #44. Kaya #30. Amazing Spider-Man #13. And I love how they put on here feeling the effects of Imperial. Wow, dude.
That's not a good sell.
What type of shit is that? That's how they're telling you it's that's the loosest tie-in I've ever heard.
That sounds like a turn of the century husband talking about his wife who he has to put in the loadie bin.
Crazy.
What?
Oh, she's feeling the effects of Imperial, you know.
Ultimate Wolverine 10. JSA Ragnarok, or #12, Ragnarok Part 2. Roots of Madness #1.
Oh,
Yes.
what publisher is that?
This is Ignition
Peace.
Press.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
buying everything they put out right now. Stephanie Williams is the writer.
mhm.
Marco shouted it out on Palsbles.
It's didn't they do that Leah Williams book too, right? Like,
Yeah,
and some
the
good
Williams
female
sisters.
creators. Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sisters from a different mister. Yeah.
Yes, that's all. That's it.
Oh, that was
Wow.
10. So was that 17, 16?
16. Yep.
16. We got, Hayden's Hideout on the money.
Hey, look at that.
Sick. And
Uh,
the 2 Marvel books that you can choose from.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally bought. Wow. I bought 2 Marvel.
Yeah,
books this
I
week.
was looking. I'm like, there's a lot of DC in those top left corners.
Yeah. Yep.
Or indie. Only 1 mainline Marvel book all week.
That's
And it's Spider-Man, the one that like you kind of have to get if you buy comics.
I don't think that has ever happened to me before. With
The
my
tide
comic
has
book.
turned.
Oh.
Did I get any? Oh, I got one.
Whew. I
Beast.
just wanted to get to this real quick before Marco goes. The Order of Dylan said, wanted to say, thanks to Sean's shout out earlier this week, I picked up Department of Truth #0, diving into the whole series now. That's exactly what I like to hear. That's
Hell
awesome.
yeah.
Go for it, Marco.
All right. I got the these. I only got 4 that we read for the show. I couldn't find the other ones. I think they were running
Which
low.
ones didn't you get
Uh,
physically?
Green Lantern and the Omega special.
Oh, you just didn't want to buy Green Lantern physically.
Green Lantern, I was like, yeah, I'll just get it online or something. I get it at a discount. The other ones that I got, the Author Immortal, Barbary with Morgan Beam, so I wanted to support her. I also got JSA. The Last Day of H.P. Lovecraft. I'm looking forward to reading this one. DC's Satanic Panic. Let's go. It's a pretty big. It's like
yeah, it's
nice
one of those
bound.
like quarterlies they've been doing.
Yeah, it's cool. Of course, Dragotta and Brothers. Good devils don't play fair with
sick.
evil. Looking
How's that
forward
look
to this one.
inside? I couldn't see preview pages because they didn't exist. Does it look good?
It's like it's
Sean,
like
near Comic Con next week. We'll pick it up then.
It's like manga-y. It's all black and
yes,
white.
That's what I was hoping for. Hell yeah. Dragotta does really well in black and white.
But then also like
Ooh.
some good stuff. It's almost like an anthology series of some stuff.
Sick.
It's cool. I haven't read it yet. And then the one X-Men book, X-Men The Undertow, because look at that guy. Look at that boy on the cover. My boy Beak.
Hold on. What's the cover price on that? $4.99?
$5.99.
You spent $5.99 for Beak? You're fucking crazy.
And
You're
you know
crazy.
what?
Man, I've spent more on neck.
You know what? The paper quality?
Have you?
Marco, what are you gonna say about paper quality?
The paper quality is like the kind of neck you got. Probably not that great.
I could tell a story right now, but I won't.
Who is this book? This is Tim Seeley and Alex
and
Packendale.
Yeah. But it looks like it's a shinier, almost newsprinty. It's not quite newsprint.
Interesting.
But it's not the glossy. It's like somewhere right like in between.
It's a physical printing of the Infinity comic they were doing.
Oh,
I felt like I just ruined the book for him.
You just fucking got. That's what happens,
Ew.
Marco.
Ugh.
You know who the starring role is?
Is it Juggernaut?
Lifeguard.
Excuse me?
Exactly.
Oh,
Collecting
the
fan favorite X-Men from the Ashes, number 19 through 25 for the first time in print.
Fuck.
You're not even getting number 1.
Yeah, you got fucked.
Dude,
And you didn't get the Dan Panosian Beak variant?
No, I didn't see. I don't get the variants. That's like an extra $1. Damn.
Was $5.99.
Look at him.
Yo.
Gotta show up for my boy.
Barnell Bohusk.
I want someone to show up for me the way you showed up for Beak. That's crazy, bro.
I dropped the cash.
Huh.
So if anyone wants the code for this one.
Yeah, right. Like whoever wants that runoff, feel free to hit up Marco to get it.
It's also like dealing with the fall of Krakoa still. So like
Jesus Christ.
like a year late.
Old. It's old. I went to my LCS. They were trying to sell fucking Spider Boy. Well, not Spider. Is his name Spider Boy? The amalgam one.
Spider-Man, Spider Boy. The facility came out, right? Yeah.
And I was like, huh, I might buy that.
Yo, that costume slaps though.
100%.
Yeah.
$4.99.
Nah, you can get that in a dollar bin. You can get the original in a dollar bin.
I know.
Those amalgam books are everywhere.
That's why I said fuck that.
Yeah. Carl Kessel was writer and inker for that. Mike Waringo on art for that.
It's probably
pencils,
pretty good.
Editor Tom Brevoort.
Hey.
Is that negative or
no? He's been around a while.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this. I forgot this is happening.
Yeah,
versus Captain
Alien
America.
versus Captain
I saw the
America.
ad. It's like, oh shit, that was rad.
When does that come out?
November 2025, next month.
And that
Steve Canaris, man, you better take your ass. He said, never shame anyone for buying a comic. You've been watching this show for a while, so you know the rules around here. We shame Marco for everything. I don't want to hear that. All right.
That's the only way he'll learn.
Yes.
And it's not like we're shaming anyone. We're shaming a specific one.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't give you this energy. I give it to Marco because he fucking got duped.
Oh,
It's all because he left the show to go have sex that one time.
Yeah,
feels
that was a big
sandy.
mistake. I have been duped before as well, and you know what? I put it on Front Street. I let you guys shit on me. I mean, not lit. I mean, I'm not.
It's got
There
your
are
boy.
people in New York City who do. You could pay them for that though if you want.
Yeah, you can. It's good money apparently.
Is
Or you do the-
that so?
Do the thing where like they have a clear chair and you lay under it.
Really? I was thinking
Oh,
about
no.
just going up to the roof, dropping it off, and seeing who it lands on. You know, for kicks.
Oh
No,
no,
no.
you don't get to do it. Someone does it to you.
Why
the
can't I
money.
do it?
You could
I mean, I guess, yeah.
get paid
I'd have
for
to
it.
change the search criteria though. But, you know,
That's
Yeah,
right. It's United Celsius.
Yes. CW Gordon got it right. He said the entire point of Sean Stack is to shame him into buying. Fewer
it's not been
comics.
working.
Exactly.
I think it's confirmed kink at this point.
No, no.
Sean Shane Kink Barley.
Let's hit a few more comments and get the hell out of here. Clayton Bergstrom, are any of you guys still reading Power Fantasy? Big issue comes out next week. I'm behind. I gotta catch
I am
up.
behind on that. I have them
Same,
all.
yeah.
I have them all.
Yeah.
I hate to be that guy, but I'm always behind on my indies. I do prioritize the big two over anything I'm catching up because there's a longer narrative there. The indies will always be there and I can get to them. So that's kind of where Power Fantasies wound up for me.
It's also more topical.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Evan Dalton, hey, just dropping in to say thanks for the great content. Recently picked up comics again, and you guys have been such a great part of it. The only reason I'm laughing is because I read that comment as I was talking about shitting off a roof. So I'm sorry that is the point at which you jumped in, presumably to the stream. But Evan, genuinely, thank you so much for
Yes, thank
saying
you.
that, and I appreciate that
Appreciate
you've
it.
been able to be a part of your comics return. What are you enjoying? What are you liking?
And let me guess, it's EC. Is it absolute? That's the question.
Right. It's always absolute. It's always absolute.
Somebody on Twitter was saying that absolute spoilers come up so quickly on the internet that it feels like manga fans in the speed that spoilers come in. And I'm like, that seems like a healthy thing for the comics industry.
Yeah.
If we're comparing the fandoms to manga, that's a good spot.
These
a good
people are
indicator.
fucking fiends. They're fiends. But yeah, all right. We're gonna get out of here. Thank you so much for hanging out. Saturday,
Yep.
we are gonna talk about the recently announced Spider-Man Superman coming from Marvel and DC in 2026. We're going to talk about who might be writing that and a whole bunch of other things. Pete Collins will be joining us. So we will have a guest this week. Thank you guys for watching. Hit the like button on your way out.